Every single day, you are spending the most valuable currency you will ever have. It is not money, it is time. The question is, what is your time buying? Most people think they are losing time, but in actual fact, what they are losing is attention, because attention is what time is made up of. Many young people haven't been bored in years. They are waiting in line, pressing their phone. They are at the gym, watching Netflix. They are cooking with YouTube video. They are taking a walk with podcasts in their ears. They are even in the bathroom watching Instagram. They don't understand what boredom means. And as such, your brain never rests. Your brain is constantly being fed with multiple, random, and sometimes irrelevant information. Whereas, boredom is where your creativity begins. My question for you in today's episode is, who owns your attention? Because whoever owns your attention is quietly shaping your direction, is quietly shaping your future. This is a good time to welcome you to season 2. And our theme is the currency of time. In this season, I want you to know that time is more than hours on a clock. It is energy. It is attention, choices, relationships, habits, and ultimately, the person you become. For today's episode, our anchor verse is taken from Proverbs 4:23-27. And I'll paraphrase from the NIV version. It says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Let your eyes look straight. Fix your gaze directly before you. Do not turn to the right or to the left." You know, the author of this quote wrote this at a time where there was no internet. There were no smartphones. Yet, it is profound in today's world. Today, every swipe on your phone brings something new. A surprise, a shout out, a joke, a breaking story, news, an advertisement, constant distractions. Just about 2 weeks ago, I was on TikTok trying to catch up with the internet and of course my page. And then the algorithm brought a girl dancing. From there, I saw another person preaching in church. From there, I was in a pub. And from there, it took me to a horse mating with another horse. And I'm like, what's all this? You can't predict what the algorithm brings to you. You're in the mosque listening to message. The next minute, you're seeing horses mating. My goodness, that's so much. It's a lot. Imagine you're in the library trying to read a book and someone comes to you, taps you. Hey, look at this. This is beautiful. Would you like to see this? Oh, the next second, another person taps you. Oh, come. You've got to buy this. Oh. And it goes on and on. Do you think you'll ever read a page? No, you wouldn't. And that is what your phone does to your attention. You are constantly being distracted, constantly being fed with information. But your screens are not the only thing striving for your attention. Sometimes it's comparison. You're studying, but you're thinking about someone else's success. Sometimes it's worry. You are having dinner with your family, but your mind is already thinking about tomorrow. Sometimes it's perfectionism. You're trying to be perfect, so much so that you refuse to embark on the task or the goal ahead of you. And sometimes it's people pleasing. You keep saying yes to everyone else until there's no time left for what matters to you. Sometimes you're too busy with every other thing, apart from the most important thing in your life. Different distractions, same outcome. They are all after your attention. And that is one of the greatest battles that you have to fight every day. Your attention. Because whoever captures your attention is quietly shaping your future. Is quietly shaping your direction in life. And that is why I read the verse earlier. That is Proverbs 4:23. It says, above all else, Guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. In today's world, one of the ways to guard your heart is to guard your attention, because there are several things constantly demanding your attention. And so you have to guard it. The question is not whether something will compete for your attention. The question is, will you decide what deserves it? If you've been watching this video, I'm asking you to subscribe, like, comment, and share our page. This will help us reach more people and grow our community. I'd also like to remind you of our unburdening box. Every question or burden in your heart that you'd like to share with the community, please write it down and send it to the link that would be shared in the description. We just might discuss it in one of our episodes. Now I'd like to discuss the attention reset framework. And in this framework, we have 5 rules that will help you safeguard your attention. Rule 1 is don't start your mornings with someone else's priorities. And what do I mean by this? When you wake up, you should engage in meaningful activities. Activities that lift up your spirit, like meditation, like studying, like praying, stretching your muscles, writing a to-do list, setting a goal for the day. These are things that prioritizes yourself, your wellness, and your growth. Rule 2 is turn off non-essential notifications. Some of your phones are constantly beeping. Pum, 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 pum. Turn it off. Trust me, if it is urgent, they will call you. But I already spoke about this in our video titled The Digital Reset. The link will be in this video. Rule 3 is keep distracting apps off your home screens. You should increase friction needed to open them. Distracting apps are apps that you unconsciously press anytime you see them. So think about the apps that anytime you see them, you unconsciously reach out to open it. These are the apps that should leave your home screen. Rule 4 is create 1 hour every day where your phone is out of reach. Not silent, out of reach. Rule 5 is let yourself be bored. And I think I want to dwell a little bit on this because the previous 4 rules have been expatiated in the video I mentioned earlier. So let yourself be bored. Boredom is not empty. Boredom is not loneliness. Boredom is a time spent with yourself, alone. Is a time of reflection. Boredom is not loneliness. Please get it straight. It is not loneliness. And it's not wasting time. Some of you might feel restless at first, but when you get used to being bored, your creativity develops. Get used to silence. Get used to being alone. Spend time with yourself. I'm not saying you should be alone watching movie or pressing phone. I'm saying be alone with yourself by yourself. Count the roofs. Watch the trees. Spend an hour a day, or if that is too much for you, do it for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Doing absolutely nothing. Just stay, enjoy the breeze, enjoy the fresh air. A lot can be gotten from the place of boredom. What people tag boredom is other people's creativity palette. What you call boredom is where innovations begin. It is a place of meditation. It is a place of receiving deep truths that your inner self is trying to communicate to your busy self. I hope you really get what I'm trying to say. Because you're so busy with life. You're constantly receiving information, busy with work, running errands, reaching out, watching movies, watching other people's creation. But when you spend time with yourself, your creativity begins. You begin to open up your brain. You're sending signals to your brain that, oh, yes, I'm quiet. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to listen. You're sending signals to the depths of yourself. And when your internal self receives it, it begins to transmit. Transmission begins. You begin to imagine things that can be done, things that you can do with your life to make yourself better, values that you can create. So get used to boredom. It is not loneliness. It is not being empty. It is the place of your creativity. It is a place to reconnect with your inner being. And trust me, the physical being that you see is not all of you. It is just your body. It is a package. It is like a cloth that people see. Okay? This physical person you're seeing, it is my external body. There's an inner man. Your inner man knows things that your physical body would not see, except you're deeply connected. And it is only in the place of boredom that you can connect with your internal self. In the place of boredom, quietness, that you receive so much. And I believe that is why a lot happens when we sleep. When you sleep, your body heals. Your mind is well rested. Growth happens in our physical bodies. The same way, when you are quiet, your internal self, your inner man, transmits deep truths to your external body. Sometimes when you sleep, your inner man tries to transmit, but you're too busy enjoying your sleep and dreaming. So, the alternative is when you're quiet, when you're bored, when you're not distracted. Your inner man is able to transmit to you. And that is when you discover, oh, I can actually do this thing with my hand. I can draw. Oh, I would like, you begin to imagine things that you love to do. That is where big things, innovations are developed. It is at the place of boredom, at the place of reflection, meditation, at the place of connecting with your inner being. So yes, get used to being bored. In fact, for me, it is the most important avenue to safeguard your attention. Create time to be bored. Create time to be alone. It is left for you to decide what activity you want to replace so that you can have time to be by yourself. For me, my best ideas emerged from the place this generation will call boredom. Personal retreats, enjoying my company, just being by myself, being quiet, enjoying my quietness. I've learned to embrace boredom, and I've seen immense growth in my career, in my trajectory. In one of my boredom sessions, I was inspired to write, and I told myself that I could take my writing to the next level. And that was how I wrote my book, my first book, Honey and Maggots, which was published in 2023. Can you see how boredom helps? Can you see how boredom can help you reach out to the creativity in you? I'd like to leave you with the stories of two sisters. And I'm talking about Mary and Martha. Martha is busy attending to the guests, checking that the chairs are clean, and picking out souvenirs to package for the VIPs that were visiting her in her home. On the other hand, Mary is sitting at the master's seat, learning the deep teachings that is coming out from this great man's mouth. She's receiving from the depth of knowledge, receiving grace. Some people will see Mary as being lazy, but for me, I see attention at work. I see prioritizing. Because Mary saw that everything Martha was doing were things that could be done whether before the teacher arrived or after the teaching. And so Mary sat down, knowing fully well that the other chores could be done later and not during the peak of Jesus' teaching. Martha's attention was fragmented. She was divided. Her mind was all over the place, whereas Mary was focused. And we should all learn from this. Focus on the most important things to you. As we wrap up today's episode, I want you to echo the following affirmations with me. Above all else, I will guard my heart. My thoughts are guided by wisdom. My attention is directed with purpose. I will not be distracted from the life God is calling me to build. One faithful choice at a time. I am becoming who I was created to be. Say it again. I am becoming who I was created to be. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Until I see you in the next episode. Keep striving.
The passion and focus alive. Through every hurdle, we build the mind, leaving the doubt and the weight behind. Balanced minds, fulfilled lives. Step into your power, it's time to fly.